It's part of our nature, part of our DNA. If Singaporeans don't complain, I think they're not Singaporean. But after a while, after complaining, they want to see things improve. Right? And complaining is part of this process of making sure that we do better and better, and we keep everybody on our toes.
Okay, see, maybe you start complaining because you want people to understand you, blah blah, and empathize. But you wouldn't say, wow, like oh, it's so great, that kind of thing, and expect people to empathize, because you don't want to be seen as like very 好脸 also. So when you share like this kind of tough stories, people will empathize and like yeah.
If you go to coffee shop, people always talk about things and complain because they are very under stress also. Part of the complaint is because my opinion is that they can't get what they want, then they start complaining. Just like me, I just want to buy a car. The COE is so high, of course I'm still complaining, right? So the thing is, I can't get what I want, I will definitely naturally like to complain, right?
And I guess Singaporeans complain all the time is because maybe we're always hoping to get something better. And I think by having a point of view or raising a complaint, that helps speed things getting fixed faster. So I think that's probably the reason why. I mean, we don't get coverage at a certain location on our telco service. We complain, telco guy comes now and fixes it in 2 weeks. I mean, in that sense, it's good because it keeps everyone on their toes. Companies to individuals, it keeps everyone on their toes to always provide a better way of life, a better level of service for everyone. So and that's the reason why we've got number 1 airport in Changi Airport and one of the best governments in the world, I feel, and things like that. I mean, there's nothing perfect, but I think we're pretty close to that now. And I guess I mean, Singaporeans, I don't think it's just Singaporeans. I think it's everyone else around the world. It's just that because of the speed of how things get fixed here, because Singaporeans complain, we realize that we've come to a conclusion that if we complain, things get done faster. So we tend to lean towards that. I know people in other countries who complain, and government and agencies all don't do anything, and they just get resigned to the fact that nothing ever gets done, so they don't complain, they just live with it. So I think and I think that's across the board. I think everyone complains. It's just that things get done and fixed here faster, so we realize, okay, maybe I complain, faster fix, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's probably why.
Because it's fun. I think we talked about this before, right? Like, it's almost like a petulant child that constantly wants to be heard. I mean, I've heard of places in other countries where it's not as safe as we would like it to be. The transportation isn't as smooth, despite the fact that we have spoiled a few, it's spoiled a few times, but still, it's still considered kind of smooth. Everything is systematic, and when everything is systematic and the system goes wrong for a second, and you are used to that system, you are left to flounder. I would imagine that when you're in other countries, the system isn't as obvious, in which case most people they sort of play by ear after time, and when that happens, they are more equipped for when the system fails, and as a result, maybe that's why they think better on their feet, maybe.
Okay, I think also probably maybe the influx of immigrants also adds a bit of stress to the whole social dynamic lah. But then again, we've always been a migrant nation, people coming and going. I think at the end of the day, okay, if they complain and make things better, all well and fine. It strengthens our roots, because if something is wrong, you want to fix it, means you love the country, right? I don't know whether to be worried if people find everything fine and dandy lah, because then we'd just be like migrants who settle here and move on to the next best thing. So yeah, you can't really can't have the best of both worlds in this case.